Blessings, everyone. Today, I was asked to do a different oracle deck that I haven't used in a while. And this one is the Soul's Journey lesson cards from James Van Praagh. And these are an incredible oracle deck because this really works with another aspect that sometimes I wouldn't want to say gets pushed aside, but for lack of a better phrasing, that we sometimes there's a little bit of confusion, and this oracle deck is addressing our soul, and there are an incredible amount of teachings and videos and lenses that speak about what our version or understanding is of the difference between the spirit and the soul. And so I have given the analogy, and I've heard other people use it now, actually, which is beautiful because I think that the more we could spread that understanding, it makes it easier for everybody who is just starting to become aware of the journey. And so, but the quick analogy is that spirit is our whole fullness, the ocean of being, and our soul is a small cup of water. So it's still part of the spirit, but it's the mobile version, so to speak, the one that's collecting the experiences. It's the sponge of knowledge. There's room in the glass of water from the ocean to be filled with many things to bring back to the sea of spirit. And so this oracle deck is more geared towards the lessons that we're learning here as souls. So a lot of times, I know when I'm doing readings, it's always invoking spirit, source, guides, angels. But this oracle deck is actually speaking to our souls. And it kind of gives a little theme, if you will, that each day to meditate on and kind of just think about, see how it resonates, if it can help on the journey here. So it's kind of a theme-based oracle deck, and the beauty of that is that it's going in the layers. We're always attuning to the higher frequencies and raising the vibration, and sometimes what we're needing is to connect with that part of us that's here, that's going through the experiences, and the soul is that part of us. And so with that, I would like to say thank you to Source for allowing me to be a medium of light. And I ask Spirit to help resonate the soul of anyone watching today, that there may be a message for the soul's journey here, for the highest good, that it may be uplifting and bring clarity. I thank you. So I'm just going to give a shuffle. I always, again, I shuffle 3 times. One is for Source, one is honoring spirit, and the last is honoring our soul. And so I'm just going to take one. I usually like to do one because these videos turn into a whole theme. That's why I don't do a spread. I know a lot of people that do tarot and oracle, they have a whole spread for a story. And this is how it works is a little bit different for me. We all have our beautiful expression of this. And so the way it is for me is that it just comes through, and I need like a key, a theme, and then all the messages come through from there. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna take whatever card is moved up out of the deck, or okay, this one has moved, and so I'm going to take this one. This one is peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. And these cards are absolutely beautiful too. Just even, I'm sorry about the light there. Here we go. If you look at the card, you can see the mandala. And just looking at the artwork, sometimes it shifts the intention and the attention. And it kind of, if you're just sitting with a moment with the oracle card and looking into that, it's bringing you to a center. That's where the eyes go. It starts way out here, and then it just follows us into the center. And so what I'm hearing is that a lot of times when we're connecting with our higher self, and we're in a space where maybe there's a lot going on and we're looking for that peace, a lot of times the natural thing to do, obviously, is to connect with that light, that inner light, source light. We're calling on our angels and our loved ones and our guides and all of the unseen world in its many beautiful ways of expression to help us center in that peace. And really, what they're saying is we have the tools within our soul, that glass of spirit water that we are right now. It came with us. It's not always something that's still residing in our higher self. Of course, we connect there, and it's always an immediate sense of that peace. But the peace of the soul, the peace that we can find in our soul experience, is that connection that we do when we center in the daily things. And it's interesting because I did a video earlier on my medicine table, and I was talking about the energy. And so the guides are kind of, they're saying that the peace that we can find doesn't have to be what we imagine to be, always sitting quietly, or using our crystal singing bowls, or at our medicine tables, or our prayer tables, or anything of that sort. That the peace can be the gentleness of a moment. For our soul's perspective, as we're going through these experiences, we may be on a crowded bus and there's a lot of noise going on. I know there's a lot of people that are neurodivergent and they have sensitivities to these things. Just most of us do, but it's extreme for some people. So could be sitting on this crowded bus. They're showing this analogy of someone who is being overwhelmed by all the noise and the activity and everything that's going on, the on and the off the bus, the stop, the go. It's just, especially if it's a city, it can become overwhelming in a moment. And so the peace that we find is what we do for our soul self in the moment as we're going through these experiences. It's not always going to be easy to sit quietly in a stillness and connect with higher self or all the unseen worlds that guide us, all of the light or the light beings. And so what can we do? Well, one of the first things that they're bringing through is our breath. We all know breath work. There's actually Blair Roberts is a wonderful medium that I first heard this from, and then I researched it more, and it's a Tibetan breath work where we follow our breath. We imagine a cloud, and we're breathing in the cloud. The white fluffy cloud is coming in with our breath, and we're feeling our breath going into our lungs, and then we're holding it for a moment. And as we breathe it out our mouth, we imagine the white fluffy cloud coming out of our mouth and just releasing all of the negative energy. We can even imagine it becoming a darker cloud, and it's just releasing back into the atmosphere. So they're saying that something our soul can do to find peace in the moment is our breath work. Also, there's beautiful techniques that are out there. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the tapping, and it's taught as a method. You can do some research, and there's lots of amazing YouTube videos on that, and that can help center us in the moment if we just pay attention to that. And again, a lot of my neurodivergent family and friends, they understand what the tapping is, that there's certain methodologies that bring them into the present moment. So when they're overwhelmed on the bus or in any situation that we're going through in life, you know, it could be something simple, a certain area that we tap. And I really encourage you, if you're interested, if this draws you when you're listening, to please go look up the videos or the books that are on all different sites that you could learn about that. And another thing they're saying is, albeit maybe some people would be uncomfortable with that, we also have our voice. And what do they mean by that? Well, it's something simple as humming and listening to the sound of our voice. It's almost the takeaway version of using the singing bowls or the tuning forks or the earth drum that people use. We're able to hum and our vocal cords are vibrating. And sometimes we can just do this as we're sitting quietly. Now, again, I understand that if you're in a crowded area, you may feel a little uncomfortable with that, so it may not be your first choice. But if it's something where you could step away from the event, like maybe you're in a building or something and something is occurring, or you're at home and you had a stressful moment and you need to center in our soul self and find a peaceful moment, just humming. We've heard the Tibetan throat singing, or there's a lot of people that I know that whistle. I had some family members that used to always be whistling, and it was something simple, not just expressing joy, but it brought us right into the moment, centering, because we were focusing on that. And something like that can bring peace to our soul. And it doesn't take us going into a profound meditation or anything like that. And something else that the guides are bringing into my awareness is the peace that we find in what some would say would be the mundane daily tasks. And again, this is addressing our soul self. So this is the part of us that's going through all the experiences. This is the journey, the energy of the journey, what is expanding into the fullness. And so just something like washing the dishes, they're showing me at the sink. Washing the dishes can be a moment where we're just detuning, shutting everything out. Part of these practices for the soul is remembering that we are in Earth School, and even though we're expanding in this immaculate awareness and consciousness, we also have to be present. We have to be present in the moment. We're here. We chose to be here, and we're on the journey. And we need the tools as we're journeying for all these moments that are accessible. And this is a moment many of us can choose. We don't have to put the dishes in the dishwasher, and I understand we want to conserve water, and so that's something that we can be conscious of. But as we're doing the dishes, just the motion and the warmth of the water can bring us very present and relax us. And so they're pulling their energy back because they want to keep this very simple for peace. They're saying that there's many things that we could do as a soul that doesn't have to be profound meditations or otherworldly experiences to bring these moments to us as we're on the journey and as we're in the present moment. So I thank you. If you're listening, many blessings and much love, everyone.